Welcome folks to another Trade Picks recap video. This one is for December 5th, Friday, 2025, and we earned $73 today in the market for a Friday. Not bad, which isn't always the case, but we've had 3 green days, and we're up about $150 in those 3 days. Not, I wouldn't say up, but in the recovery. And because moments like recoveries do happen because of huge losses, as you have seen in my prior videos. If you haven't, go to the channel and check out the videos for Thanksgiving week. Everybody loses, and I'm no exception. So make sure you find professional advice and spend your time in a simulator. For today, our P&L wasn't too bad. We earned $3.60 early at 6:15. And then we were up $73 towards the end of our session. We were on for a couple of hours, and we had a long wait, almost a 2-hour wait before we took a second trade. Our efficacy was 2 trades, all green, 36.58 is the average, and you can see our monthly P&L is now down to minus 288, and we can see the 3 green days there, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we got to continue this probably next week. Here are our trades. One on WHLR, just small 10 shares, and then SMX, only 3 shares. But it was a stock that was moving high, and you can see there the execution of 3 shares. And we spent $397, and we sold at 421. So we started out at 5:25 a.m. Pacific. If you like our videos, please like and subscribe. We can really use the likes. We're not getting folks to hit the likes. Maybe you guys don't like it. If you guys don't like it, leave your comments below. Tell me what you'd like to see. So here we're watching TDIC, and right off the bat, I decided to jump in with 1,000 shares because I thought, hey, you know what? It'll probably go up to 60. And sometimes it's best to be lucky than good, because Schwab rejected my order. It says, apparently, I think this is a Chinese stock, and it rejected it. So I didn't get filled. And I wanted to add this in here because you can see how lucky I was. I was doing it on that doji green candle there. It's where I try to trade. And by being rejected, it saved myself a huge loss, because that would have been 7 cents. So at 5:35, 10 minutes later, we're watching WHLR, which was another mover. It's a little higher, but it had, so we went in with 10 shares. And we also hit the high point here, hoping for a breakout. And my thought here was that it was between that channel and that was going to move up. And I had done my due diligence and research. And down on MACD, I had a volume line there that I was looking for, and it broke that. And I said, well, let me go in. And as much as noise as this was getting on the scanners, it just it looked like it had fizzled out. There were other stocks. AKN was another one, but I know I've previously seen folks lose on that one. QCLS was and PMCB were continuation stocks, but I didn't think they would have anything to do. KITT also had no news. JFBR, wasn't interested in it for some reason. I don't know what I did not like about that ticker, even though it had news and it moved up and it did well. And as a matter of fact, I watched JFBR for almost an hour without taking a trade on it, and could have made some money, but something told me to stay away from it. I don't know what it was. I also saw it on AKN right now it's around 115 at 5:37 in the morning, but as it gets later in the day, it hits 127. And I thought, well, maybe I'll hit it for 1,000 shares at 127 and, try to get out at 137 if it goes up. The darn thing was between 127 and 131, and it's just bouncing up and down. And so it didn't cut it out. SPRC was also, I think, a continuation. PRZO has been known to make moves, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. You notice that I'm putting JFBR there on my bar because I'm thinking of trading it, but I couldn't get myself to pull the trigger. And is it part of my over discipline? Perhaps. That's probably what it is. But I'm following and doing the same thing I did on Thursday. I took a small trade, a small winner, just to, wet my whistle, and then waited. And it turns out that SMX was that winner for Friday. SMX had moved up from $200 all the way to $400. And who'd have thought that you could make money on it? But I got lucky, and I looked at it at the right time, just when I was about to give up on the market. And I said, okay, if I go away with just a small win on WHLR, which was about $3, I'll be happy. So here is what I was expecting, WHLR to make it past that line, and it did. So I came up at 7:40. See, this is 7:40 a.m. Pacific now, 2 hours later, and it's halted at 382. And if you see up there on level 2, I see folks at 353, and I think Sendu had the resume at 382 as well. But I thought, this might have an opportunity. If I'm quick enough, I might be able to get in and get some money. So I was thinking 2 shares, but then changed it to 3 shares. And we're continuing the hold. Now, normally I would not advise that you do this, especially on a stock that's $382. I mean, when it moves, it can have a 44, anywhere between a $20 and a $50 move either way, and all of a sudden you're down. If it goes down $150, but I like the pattern on the MACD, and there was no. Here I'm trying to see if I should be using a bracket order so I could be safe in case it goes down $20. But you how do you set a bracket order for a stock that's this volatile? But being that it is a low float stock, it was obviously that folks were trading it up and people were looking to get it to go higher. The market was moving a little bit, but I did not see other than JFBR, and look at what JFBR wound up doing. It wound up selling back down. So maybe that's what I didn't like. Maybe I presumed that that's what was going to happen. So we're about to get off the halt here. And when I saw green, I just decided to click it and jump in. And it didn't fill me right off the bat. And I slowed down the last part right here. I slowed it down to about 60%. So that's why it's moving slowly. Otherwise, it'll move too quickly. There you can see that I've got my 3. And then I get filled. And then the same thing that happened to me on the other stock. TDIC, except this one started to go back up. Hit 390. I came in at 397. I was in 421. And I put my sell. I felt it was a little too high, perhaps might not hit it, so I just canceled and flattened out. Hit the like and subscribe. We wound up $73 on Friday. Have a great weekend, and we'll check on Monday or Tuesday.